Okay, so here is an opportunity for me to ask a question that I would really like for, someone to just share if you have any insight on this. So to me, ELO in a game like this is, I guess, sort of a benchmark for the success that you've had. And ultimately, it's not like, getting to a certain ELO is necessarily going to make my Scythe experience, um, you know, necessarily better or feeling like I'm some sort of great player. Like I know that my ranking is in maybe like the 1,000 area, somewhere around there. I just was wondering if anyone had any insight into how ELO is determined. And like this is just one example out of many. So I get first place, I'm +9. Second place gets +36. Third place -13. There's been a few games where I won and I got +5, and the person who got third place actually got in the three-player game. The person who got third place was something like +2, and then the person who was second place got, I think, -15. So first and third place in a three-player game, this was a couple weeks ago, they got single-digit plus points on their ELO, which, that's fine. But then the second place person got -15. And that person, I think, rightfully was kind of saying on the chat, how did this happen to me? Um, in that game, I was first place, got +5, which that's fine. But maybe if somebody has any insight into how ELO works, if there's a formula, the one thing that I could guess is that I came into this game with an ELO pretty far ahead of the other two players. That's my only best guess, is that my ELO could have dropped considerably, but not increased considerably. So that's just my best guess. That might be part of the formula. If anyone has any insight about that, I certainly would appreciate. Now, speaking of ELO, 1278 is not the highest that mine has ever been. I think the highest is something like 1295. The lowest it's ever been, I think I had an ELO at one point as low as 807, if I remember correctly. And that was when I was, pretty new to the game, trying to learn all of the ins and outs. So ELO, for me has ranged from, again, low 800s, I think 807, up to 1295. And that's one of the reasons why I wouldn't say that if I had a really low ELO, it wouldn't keep me from playing the game of Scythe. Nor does a really high ELO give me some sort of, major ego boost or anything like that. It's a fun game either way. I've had stretches where I won 5 straight games, and then stretches where I come second or third place. I do mostly 3-player games, sometimes 4. But I've had stretches where I've had 5 straight first place games, and then maybe the next 6 or 7, I finished consistently second or third. So I guess it all does depend in some cases about what faction you get, as well as how well you play. I think, of course, I played this one fairly well. I got into Tier 2. I was able to spread out. I would say the last 2 times that I moved, that was really my focus more than anything else, was spreading out. And actually my 6th star in this particular game was from defending an attack. So give yourself some time to learn how to play online. Obviously, playing online is much more difficult than playing against bots in the offline version. So give yourself some time. If you're struggling and you have an ELO that is lower than what you'd like, and you're wanting to hit that benchmark of 1100 and then 1150 and then 1200, that sort of thing. Again, give yourself some time. mess around with different strategies in offline so that can help you in online. And again, my ranking I think is somewhere in the area of like 1,000, I think is what my online ranking is, which, um, you know, if it increases or decreases, I'm not going to care too much, just having fun playing against people online. And online players are really good from what I've noticed. So, but if anybody does have any insight, I think the entire Scythe community would benefit from knowing, at least just from a perspective of transparency. You know, how is ELO calculated? Is it a purely objective formula that's always 100% precise? Is there sort of randomness to it? Because I haven't really noticed much of a pattern, except for what I said before. It might be that I came into this game with the highest ELO, and so my ELO could have increased slightly as it did +9, or it could have decreased a whole bunch, especially if I had gotten third place. So, well, thanks. Please comment, like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know your thoughts if you have any questions. If you have a challenge for me, either online or offline, I'd be glad to hear it and to give it a try and to see if it works.